Alrighty, here we go. Wanna hopefully make sure it went live today like it should. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Looks like we should be good to go. Come on, YouTube. There it goes. Yes! Hi guys, like I said, I'm trying to make sure I stream more. And lately I've actually been working on a new cover, and I finally got that done. It took me a couple weeks to get that put together, and because it's coloring, I didn't feel super comfortable streaming it because color is like the bane of my existence, which is funny as an artist saying that I dislike color. It's a little silly, isn't it? Alright, Discord's been notified. OBS looks like it's doing good. Awesome. Cool. I usually give it like just a little bit because I've had plenty of streams where it's like, oh yeah, it's fine, and then all of a sudden it's like dropping. Hopefully you all have had a good week so far. Oh, I might as well show you what I'm working on. Well, you guys can see it in the navigator view. I will be working on this page today. I've got some inking I gotta get done. So that'll be kind of mostly what I focus on today, is getting this done. Which, inking is always so much fun. So much fun, always. I suddenly forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, gotta turn that down. I think this is a new layer. Yes, it is. Alright. It's also strange because I go between my my Samsung and my desktop. So sometimes I get a little jarred when I suddenly switch devices, and I'm like, oh, I can actually draw normally again. But now I guess normally doesn't really mean anything to me anymore. What is normal? What is normal drawing anymore? I have no idea. I don't know why I'm being so picky, because it's all just gonna get shaded in later. Guess I shouldn't have to worry about being picky. But we must have it perfect. Hopefully everyone's having a good week. Let's see. Why can't I see everything? Oh, I need to pop out the chat. There we go. Make life a little bit easier. Okay, that's super strange. There we go. Now I can see the chat. Okay. That was weird. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, because of the way my navigator is set up. Okay, I'll have to do it this way. That's fine. Right now, I should be able to see when anyone pops in. So that way. Trying to not be super picky anymore with my stuff, because I'm sure those of you who know me know I can be a little picky with my line art sometimes. I'm trying to get rid of that habit, and also trying to stream more, and that's part of why I am so inconsistent with my streaming, is I get so self-conscious nowadays. I didn't used to be that way, which is the super weird part, because I used to just be super chill with streaming and, you know. But I also realized I got more done when I didn't stream. And so then I just stopped streaming for a while, and then I got sick, and then I moved, and oh my goodness, just stuff happened. But I need to do it consistently. And it's nice to just talk to people. Oops, that's supposed to be overlapped this way. There we go. Oh wait, is it? Straighten that out. Whoops. Let me erase instead. Okay. Everyone I know has been really busy lately, so that's good. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So the manga server is doing pretty well. Last time I checked, we were at about 130 membership wise. If you guys would like to join the manga server that I co-founded with Ash Kohari of SK6 and Chihiro How of Raven Saga from Webtoon, you are more than welcome. Anyone who is a manga creator or likes reading manga or maybe is thinking about making manga, like, everyone is welcome. This isn't like a you have to be like pro level mangaka or a creator, like, whatever. If you even are just inspired by it, you know, like, you're also welcome to join. So I think it's a pretty chill group. We're working on some fun activities that we could probably do over the summer, something like that. So, because we'd like also to celebrate our growth as we continue to grow, and we're doing a lot of growing, which is nice. So, the link, oh yes, the link for that is in the description of this video, and it should be a forever link. For whatever reason the link does not work, please leave a comment, and I will get you a link ASAP. You can also find it on my Twitter profile, in the Maneki manga server. Hey, what's up? Has static sound? Uh-oh. Mic has static. Maybe it's not plugged in all the way. Could also be my gain. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe it's just me being too loud. Alright, is this better? Anyway, hi, what's up? How you doing? Let me know if this is any better. I'm still figuring out how this thing works. I have a mic that should work better, have a better sound, so hearing it is static makes me sad. Slightly better? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, I'm thinking it's the gain, so let me... Alright, is that better or worse? I think maybe it was too high. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I don't know if maybe I changed it, because I cleaned off my desk. Like, I took everything off the desk, wiped everything down, like, de-dusted it, like, everything. Maybe I bumped something when I was moving it. That's totally possible. That's honestly probably what happened, is I probably bumped something while I was moving stuff. More than likely. Come on, Cat. You're supposed to be trying to be a pro streamer. Trying. If you would stream more often. I want to. I just get like I will get set up and everything, and I will be like completely ready to go, and then brain just goes, no, on second thought, let's not. Oh, Blender? Yeah. Blender was a little confusing at first. But because I did use Maya for a little bit in college, once I figured out it was basically really similar to Maya in a lot of ways, it was a little bit easier after that. So, but I think it's better than Maya, personally. I really liked it because it's open source and you can just like custom add a lot of things. And that is so addicting when you finally see all the cool stuff you can add, you know, because it's open source, it just becomes way more fun. So, yeah. I think it was. I studied Maya for college when I was studying for my animation degree. And Maya, I hated Maya so much that I quit. Well, then let me just switch mics. Because if it's going to be a butt, I'll just switch mics. One sec. Well, I'm not dealing with a bad mic today. Alright, is this any better? I'll have to figure out why my mic's doing that. That's such a shame. Because this is not a cheap mic. Hopefully this mic is a little bit better. It's not the one I prefer to use, but hopefully it'll work. I don't know why I'm like overdoing his hair today. it's alright, though. Well, I don't have any other mics, so it's this. Well, I have one more I can try. You know, I wonder if it's not static you're hearing. I wonder if it's my fan. Because my laptop is working really hard. Let me try this mic. Okay, is this one any better? Oh, I wonder if my sound's too high. Okay, is this one better? I mean, and that's the part is, like, my mic is, like, worse? Damn. That's weird. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go with this one. So, I wonder if it's just, like, everything is effing up today. I wonder if it's just one of those days. Is it like understandable? I'm gonna have to play it back and listen. That's weird. It might just be one of those days where it's just like everything's not working. My Bluetooth was awful today because normally I'll just have my Bluetooth set on, but my Bluetooth was echoing today, and I was like, what is going on with this? Anyway, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Because it's hard to know if I can't listen to it. Yeah, like, and that's crazy that all of them, if all of them are having a static problem, then it's either OBS or it's, like, something else. I have a headset. Well, I don't have a headset that plugs in. I used to, and then it broke. So, because I have a headset, I have a Bluetooth headset that's a mic. It's like, it's made for that kind of stuff. Like, it's a nice headset. But for whatever reason, the Bluetooth was echoing, and it's not something... Okay, that's good. Well, I switched over to so the one I was using before was my JLab, the one that was static. Having static issues, that was my JLab. And then the one I'm using now... the one I'm using now is my Apple set. That's plugged into the USB-C thing via the audio jack. That's the one I'm using now. It's crazy that that's doing better than my JLab. That's funny. I need to, like, really just suck it up and get, like, a super nice mic. The one I have now is maybe, like, $100, maybe. And I just need to just get better equipment. If I'm gonna, like, start taking this any degree of seriousness. I'm just so not tech savvy at all. Like, the idea of buying tech just stresses me out. Well, there's nothing that I did differently. The only thing that's... Yeah, I just have the desktop audio, and then I have the mic auxiliary, and it's just set to my 2.0, on my 2.0 USB, which is the USB-C. That's all it... And the JLab is fine. I've been using it all day without a problem. I literally use it in my meetings for work, and they didn't say that there was any problem. That or they just didn't say anything. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to do some playback after this and see if I can figure out what's going on. Because I did not do my check before I launched, so I didn't check it. Because usually I'll check it, like I'll do the tests and stuff in OBS, and I didn't do that this time. Note to self, make sure you do your tests. And I didn't, I've used this JLab for, like, a year now. Like, it has, like, the same settings it always has, unless it got bumped or something, which would definitely cause it. I wonder if it's the USB, maybe. Maybe the USB got damaged? I don't know. A CG comic? What is CG? Like CG as it, oh, like 3D, okay. CG means something different in the comics world, and you made me, like, have a heart attack for a second. No, it's okay. I was like, oh, what? No, you're good. Yeah, I was like, wait, he means CGI. Yeah, that's why I was like, you what? You're good, you're good. As soon as I remembered you were talking about 3D, I was like, oh, he means CGI. I was like, that doesn't sound like you. Did I miss something? That's why I was confused. I was like, no way. Right? Oh my gosh. I'm kind of like I'm waiting for the day they come after me. Because it will happen eventually. I've seen like 5 people in my friend group get attacked by Comicsgate lately, and I'm like, oh my god, when's it gonna be my turn so I can brag about it? I would welcome the attention. I give 0 fucks. Use my language. That's my one F word today. Well, Tyler Drawn Talk got ambushed by Ethan himself. I don't even remember what for, but it did happen. And then Blake's Buzz talked about them. And I think he actually pinged some of them, and he retweeted something, which, like, go Blake's Buzz. Good job, buddy. I think it was Odyssey Comics as well. Got into a tiff with them here recently. So there's 2 of them, or 3 people. I don't remember who the other ones were. Brian O'Meal with Comic Book Yeti. I'm trying to remember who the last one was. But yeah, like, they got into, like, big tiffs with, like, Comicsgate peeps. And I was like, oh my god, guys, please stop. They're gonna find me next. But I guess Ethan, like, the worst one was Drawn Talk. Like, Ethan was just really aggressive. And I was like, dude, Ethan, you need to take a fucking chill pill. And you just know they're gonna have a field day with me, because I make manga, and I'm a girl who makes comic books. Like, ooh, that's not allowed. So, like, it'll happen someday. I'm not gonna, I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also the type of person who doesn't, like, I don't tell people, like, explicitly to, like, F off when I'm angry on Twitter. Like, I will say it in the most polite way possible. That will be the one time I will be like, fuck you guys. And plus, like, anytime that happens, you get more attention. So, like, you know, as the saying goes, any attention is good attention, right? So, waiting for my turn. I think, I don't necessarily think it means terrible. I think a lot of their stuff tends to be of a similar vein. And, like, one of my, like, he was a friend, he's not now. He isn't exactly Comicsgate, but he's aligned with some of the people in that crowd. And he's made some, like, really toxic AF videos. And I'm like, oh my god, bro, like, what happened to you? Like, why are you acting like this? Like, really mocking just not okay videos. And I was so disappointed because he used to be with, like, a Colorado comic collaborative that I was a part of. And I really digged his stuff. His stuff his art is, like, super crazy good. And, like, I really loved it, and, like, I supported it when I could. And then to see him act like that, I was like, yo, bro, like, what happened to you? Where's, like, the really nice chill guy that, like, I had to beg, basically, to, like, interact with us at this group? Because you were so shy at first. Like, what happened to that guy? Just super disappointing to see him acting like that. I just realized that this is too far back. Yeah, it happens. I just was like not expecting it to like happen to him. I think that was what shocked me. Cause I was like, that doesn't seem like normal behavior for you, my dude. But oh well, I guess it happens. What can you do? And like when I reached out to him about it, he never responded. So either one, he didn't care what I thought, or he never saw it, which is possible. I mean, he was getting a lot of messages. Yeah, they usually do. Have they not announced it yet? The Kyoto? I thought they've already announced it, because it's usually announced on Metabank. Kyoto manga. It's usually on Metabank. Let me check really quick. Huh. Let's see. Contests. Yeah, well, yeah, let me go check. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, there isn't anything in here. Let me check the scheduled lists. I wonder, didn't they have their own website too? Kyoto International Manga Anime Award. Let me see if, because I'm pretty sure they had their own website. Hello, Lee Turn, what's up? Well, the fair is still happening, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. No? It doesn't look like there's any official announcement on the date yet. All it's saying is mid-September for the fair, so it looks like the fair should still be happening. Let me check this website. Yeah, everywhere is saying that it's not, even the fair itself isn't actually scheduled yet, which is wild. So maybe it might not be happening this year. Huh. I guess I hadn't even noticed. Yeah, I think they usually give, I think it's like 90 days or so for the entry to start, so they should be announcing it soon. I remember them giving like way more lead time on it last time though. Oh, that's true, yeah, they might be reworking it or making it so that people can submit their stuff like through Manga Plus. So that might be, yeah. Let's see. How are you doing, leader? How are you doing? Don't mind me. Just working on some stuff. Trying to get my pages done for May. I have no idea how the heck I'm gonna get them all done in time, but I will figure a way. I am so stubborn, I am sure I can figure it out. It's been, I fell a little bit behind working on my new cover for Godsbane. So I have to make up some time. But the good news is all of my pages are sketched out, save for one. So it's basically just inking. Oh, I don't think the Kyoto, like, it's a completely separate award. It's just because it's on Metabank doesn't mean like it's only through Metabank. So I have a feeling that if they don't do it this year, they're just like rescheduling it or reworking it into the system possibly. But I don't think they would like never do the contest again because the Kyoto Manga Award is connected to the fair. So unless Metabank sponsors the fair, and I don't know if they run the fair. So it's a maybe. That's definitely a maybe. Yeah, that's part of the award, is you actually get to go to the fair and actually like meet the editors and stuff there. Well, I feel like it's always worthwhile to enter anyway, and the reason is it gives you that practice of finishing something. It gives you that practice of looking for what to submit. And you honestly never know. Stuff that you think sucks, other people may think, hey, this is really great, or you may even get feedback on it. You absolutely never know. And so I think it's always beneficial to submit something anyway, even if you don't personally think it's good enough. Like, for example, with the Tezuka contest, I knew I wasn't going to win. There was no way in hell I was going to win that competition. But I submitted it anyway, and hoped to at least get feedback on it. I didn't get feedback from, like, the judges or anything, but I still got feedback from my friends. And what was really nice is when the whole Manga Plus thing started, anything that was already on Manga Plus anything that was already on Metabang got submitted to Manga Plus. So Onami got submitted to Manga Plus, and I didn't know about it until it was way too late. But what was really nice is they actually Onami actually got 3 of the 5 editors stamps. I'll show you. And so that was really handy for letting me know, like, hey, we liked this part of it, and so, like, here's what we would recommend working on. So that was really handy to get those. I'll show you. So, just make a... Here, yep. So, I got 3 of the 5. The ones I didn't get were, they call it creativity or originality. Like how original is it? How creative is it? And then, character design. I didn't get that one either. But I did get drawing, composition in terms of like paneling and panel flow, and then like story writing. So they like that, which for me is the hard part. If I can have good, or that was the easy part. If I can get like good writing done, and if I can get like, Brendan Chen, people underestimate how long Brendan Chen has been active in the comic and manga community. Like, I do not expect him to not do well. If he enters, I expect him to do well. He's just one of those people where he has, like, such a powerhouse of knowledge and skills, that I feel like there's rarely a contest where he wouldn't do well. So, I would be more shocked if he didn't do well, or didn't place. So, congratulations, Brandon Chen. Like, it's like, seriously, congratulations, but, like, I wouldn't be shocked, because his stuff is just, yeah, exactly, his stuff is just really good, so I'm not shocked at all. I am not near his level, and that would be really cool someday to be on the same level as him. That would be super cool. Or even just to, like, have a feedback session with him or something. That would be dope. Oops. I don't actually think I've really read any of his stuff, though. Like, I like his art when I look at it, but I don't think I've actually read any of it. But I've heard of people talking about him, and, like, I've seen his art, so, I mean, his stuff is really good, but I don't think I've ever actually read any of it. Oh, he's a writer. Okay, well, Okay, well then I've seen the art. What? Okay, that changes a lot. I had no idea. I thought he was the artist too. That shows how much I know. Wow, that's embarrassing. Good job, Kat. You've just embarrassed yourself on stream. for some, that just proves that I've never read anything, because I have not actually looked into it that much. I've just seen people, like, raving about him. You know, and I'm like, wow, the art for this is really good. To be fair, writing is extremely hard too, especially when you're working with another person. That's true. You know what, that makes me feel better about streaming anyway, because it's like, if I can embarrass myself being, like, super wrong about Brandon Chen, then there's nothing else that I can do that would be that much worse. What do you mean you don't understand being only the writer? There's a lot of people that just either don't want to draw, or they would rather just have someone that draws better than them, even if they can draw. I know a couple people like that. They're completely capable of drawing on their own. But they don't want to. Because they have other things they want to do. Like, at least for me, the friends that I know, they've told me that they would rather put their art, like their drawing, towards the stuff, like, other projects that they want to work on, or freelance or whatever. And being the writer is better for them time-wise, and that way they get to, like, work with somebody else, and it's more fun to work with somebody else. Like, there's all sorts of reasons. Someone could be completely capable of drawing and doesn't. You know, like I've been a letterer on something, and I didn't feel like, oh my god, I have to go, like, fix these drawings or whatever, because that wasn't my job. My job was to letter, and I felt perfectly fine only being a letterer, you know, rather than being an artist. Even though I completely loved the story and was super obsessed with it. I loved it. I didn't feel like I had to be the artist on every project. I think it just depends on what you want out of that project. Because there are times where you want to have, like, control on something, and then there's times where you purposely don't want control on something. Believe me, there are times where you don't want control of everything. Sometimes it's a relief to not have to be in control of everything. It can be stressful. Now, what I can understand is not wanting assistance. Like, I don't want assistance at this moment. If I were to have an assistant, I know exactly who I would hire to be my assistant. But I don't have the money to hire them. And I kind of want to just suffer on my own for a little while and try to see if I can do it. But, like, let's just say theoretically, let's just, like, pie in the sky, just imagine, like, let's just say, like, Manga Plus or whatever was like, hey, we'd love to serialize your stuff, but you need to do, like, X pages a month, and, you know, you have to submit, like, this often, or blah, blah, then, like, yeah, then, like, I would probably hire an assistant, just because that's a need, and needs come before wants. Like, yeah, would I like to do it all by myself? Hey, yeah, but sometimes that's just not feasible. You know, so, like, I would have to get over my aversion to having an assistant out of need. Even though I would, like, and I know who I would want to hire if I had the money. Let's see. Leadern said, the one benefit that art has looking at something when practicing or studying, but writing is more knowledge based, and for me, reading a manga or book or watching an anime is harder to learn. I mean, yeah, there is that, but I feel like with art, there's a lot of reading you can do to increase your art skills, not just visual learning. Like, I feel like anyone who's gone to art school can understand that as well. Because a lot of the learning that I did that was the most impactful to me had nothing to do with watching a show or reading another book. It had to do with learning about another culture, how another culture handles artwork. It was reading about their theories and their thoughts. Like, here's another good example. Araki's book, the Manga and Practice and Theory one, was incredibly helpful to me when learning how to like plot the different types of elements within a story, and it was purely in like word form. So, you know, I had a lot of books. There was a film, like writing for film or something that I had to read in college. That was a fantastic book for me. And it, like, yeah, it showed pictures, but it wasn't me studying the visuals and learning. It was it telling me, hey, this is the theory behind this. So, I feel like I know I pulled a devil's advocate, so I'm sorry. But yeah, there's definitely like validity to your point. But I feel like if an artist only looks for visuals to learn from, or only other artists to learn from, or like shows to learn from, then they're missing out on a huge library of resources available to them because I don't want to read a book. You know, like that would be such a silly thing for an artist to say, oh, I don't want to read a book, because that's not going to help me learn art, and it might. You know what I mean? I hate that I have certain ideas that I only want to translate into certain mediums. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, if you specialize in a particular medium, then it would make sense. So that's the medium you want to work in. Why is that a bad thing? You know what your strengths are. Should I feel bad that I only work in comics and manga and I don't work in animation, even though I have an animation degree? No, I shouldn't feel bad about it. These mediums all affect each other and they all bounce off of each other. There's like no reason to feel bad about that. And if anyone's telling you so, tell them to fuck off. Literally, just like tell them to go mind their own business. I actually had somebody like that. I actually had somebody do that to me a couple weeks ago. I don't want to talk about it too much, but like, they basically got all mad that like, you think you know so much about visual grammar and you don't even have an IMDb page. And they were all talking about like storyboarding and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm talking about comics and manga. Well, comics and manga and storyboarding and film, like, they're all the same. They all use the same visual grammar. And I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't. Do animations use speech bubbles? No. Do animations use visual sound effects? No, they don't. Do comic books use things like angry crosses and like chibis? No, not usually. You know, so like the visual grammar is different. Plus in manga there's 3 different types of sound effects. I mean, technically there are 3 types of sound effects, but the 3 sound effects are different between comics and manga. Like, they're different. You know, like, and in Japanese alone you have two different alphabets, and those 2 alphabets also make a difference, in addition to the 3 types of sound effects. So you have like so many good like options when it comes to just making sound effects. And you have to pick the right ones. That does not exist in comics. You do not have that problem in comics. Like, also in comics, you don't tend to change the shape of the bubble very much. You know, like, you have, like, the thought bubble, and maybe a yelling bubble, and, like, a talking bubble. That's really it. In manga, you have 50 million times more bubbles. And you have to make the right difference. You also have the way the paneling is done, komowari. Like, do you know how many different types of panels there are in manga? Here, like, naname panels. Oh, I spelled that wrong. No, I'm gonna use like a non-fude brush. You have, I'm not gonna rant here. You have naname panels. You have, thanks dyslexia, you have Masuku panels. You have, yeah, here's I'm frustrated. You have Misegoma panels. You have Hikigoma panels. I love how I suddenly changed into lowercase. Misegoma panels. You have Ma panels. You have Miso. Stop. You have Mikuri panels. Mikuri Goma. Like all of these panels mean something, and there's more. Like, this is just a small list. Like, these types of panels, like, this one doesn't exist in comics and manga, or this one doesn't exist in comics, this one doesn't exist in comics, these two exist in comics, so they only get like a half star. So, like, they exist in comics, but they don't have a specific name. Goma. Like, these two panels technically do exist, but also they don't technically have a name. So, like, they're not, like, thought of it. Okay, so here's the difference. So, Naname panels are square panels. Masuku panels have an angle in them. Misegoma is usually the largest and most important panel of a spread. So, like, in a 2-page spread where you have a couple panels, it's the most important one. Hikigoma is, so, like, if you have a 2-page spread, the very last panel on the page, remember you're reading this way, that's Hikigoma. It's the leading panel. It's leading you to the next page. But Kurigoma is the opposite. It's the very first panel, the reveal panel on the next spread. Ma is a reaction panel, which typically are panels that don't have dialogue, because so in Japanese culture, when you're having a conversation with somebody, it's considered polite to not speak right after they're done. You want to pause, think about what they said, think about a response, then speak. It's not like in American culture or just Western culture in general, where, like, as soon as one person's done talking, like, boom, they're already, like, the next person's already talking. Like, or you end up talking over each other. Or, like, as soon as that person, like, as, like, you're thinking of your response, like, while that person is still talking. Like, that is a very Western brain thing. You know, so, like, that cultural quirk, they have put into their comics, their manga. So, like, all of those things exist. Like, and they don't necessarily exist. I mean, some of them do exist in comics, but they don't have names. They're not given, like, a special name or, like, a special purpose. They're just, oh, that's just the design that I picked. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason behind it. You know, so, like, and that's just the start. That's just the start of some of the differences. So that's where I was trying to tell this person. And then they're like, oh, well, when you get your IMDb page, you can come talk to me. I don't care about your background. I don't care about blah, blah, blah. Because I've been in film and storyboards for the last 35 years. And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. I have a 2-year degree in animation, and where I learned the basics, and then I took multiple film classes studying for my 2nd degree, but that's it. I have no working experience in film. Like, I don't care. Like, I like storyboard visual grammar and comics and manga visual grammar are, yes, very, very similar, but they are also different in a lot of ways. This person just wasn't having it. I'm like, dude, chill, bro. Like, I definitely went on that conversation way longer than I should have, like, with this particular individual. And I'm not gonna name them or anything, because, like, they were right. Like, they do have a lot of experience, they do have a lot of knowledge, and they've worked on some really, really cool stuff. So, like, I'll give them credit where credit is due. But to, like, negate my entire wealth of knowledge just because I don't have an IMDb page was fucking ridiculous. Like, I probably would have laughed in their face if they were in person. That's probably the closest I've ever coming to telling anyone to F off. Like, yeah. Like, what kind of person do you have to be to use that as your bar for how worthy someone is? You know what I mean? So, like, yeah. And, like, the thing is, like, their story is decent. Like, I actually liked their comic. Now I don't want to read it. I'm sure they don't care, but, like, I don't want to read it now. Like, as an individual, I'm not gonna read it. Obviously, because of my job, I will feature it regardless, but, like, because I can do that. I can separate that, but, I can be a professional. But yeah, like, people are strange beings. Yeah. And that's the crazy part, is this person is incredibly good at what they do. And I was like, wow, like, I hate to put it this way, like, you know when you meet someone that, like, you would idolize, and then you get disappointed? That's kind of how this felt. This is one of those moments. Because I really do like a lot of the stuff they've worked on. And I'm like, wow. Like, it just completely taints my experience of some of those things. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm never watching that again. Or, wow, like, it kind of sucks that someone like this worked on it. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, I'm not a know-it-all in terms of, like, oh, I'm, like, the master of, like, manga, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm still learning. So, like, I'm not, like, a master or anything. Well, I never listened to Kanye, so I don't miss him. His music isn't my type. But yeah, like, I've had friends also that were, like when all of that happened, man, I felt bad for them. It's shocking when someone that, like, really, really inspires you, like, does something, and you're like, well, shit. Well, that happened. That's a mood, isn't it? Really? Oh man, that must have been really hard for you. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. That's hard, losing someone like that. I've not had anyone, like, of that magnitude do anything like that. I think the worst I've had was Steve Irwin passing away. Because he was the reason why I was really interested in animals, and then Kim Jong-gi was a pretty hard one to take. I'm not gonna lie, I almost called out sick that day, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I was just not ready for it. Oh, yeah, true. You're like, oh man, I recommended this guy, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that part. I think you shouldn't hurt yourself. You shouldn't blame yourself too much for that, because you didn't know. If you don't know, you don't know. You know. I wouldn't put yourself in too much shame for that one, because you didn't know. If you don't know, you can't know who to avoid. So I wouldn't push yourself too hard about that. I know that's easier said than done, but in case you needed to hear it. Oh, no worries. Thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Get some rest. I really am gonna try to start streaming more. I really do need to. So hopefully I'll be live again soon. Take it easy. The VOD will be available later, so you can always watch it. Take it easy. Have a good night. Ah. Yeah, I'm really trying. I'm just a weenie. I'm just super self-conscious about streaming. So I'm afraid I'm boring, so it's just a mental block I'm working through. Wow, I cannot draw fists today. Hey, Sim. Well, it was going great until I started drawing this hand. So I will come back to it later. I need to resketch it. It looks pretty bad. I'm like trying to draw everything else except the hands. F hands, man. I might see if I have some pre-drawn ones I can use as sketches and then just differ them up a little bit to get me at least closer to what they should be. Hands are still just hands and faces. Hands and faces. I had to redraw Aros's face a couple times. But other than that, it's going good. Making good time. I'm almost done with this panel, so right? They are such bizarre shapes. And everyone's like, just use your own hands. Bro, I'm fat. I can't use my own hands. I can't. Aros is lean as heck. Like, when you have fingers like mine, you can't use them as a reference because they make a completely different shape. I mean, I'm working on the weight part. I've already lost like 12. How many kilograms? Let me do the math. I was 152 when I started, and I'm 138 this morning. 14 kilograms down. So like, I'm literally working on it. I've lost 14 kilograms already this year, but like, I can't use my own hands as reference. Yeah, I've been working really hard, so I'm embarrassed to say that I was ever 152 kilograms. Like, do not get me wrong, but we're thinking we finally figured out what the issue was food-wise. A combination of not eating enough, probably, because we ended up doing like a, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, Brent. I will be definitely going over to Guy's stream in a little bit, because I know they're going to be starting here pretty soon, but when they go live, I'll probably go live with them. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Brent. Welcome. Yeah. Anyway, I'm embarrassed to say I never weighed that much. But we think it was a combination of me not eating enough, because my nutritionist was like, well, not nutritionist, sorry, dietitian. I used to see a nutritionist, now I see a dietitian. But they were like, hey, like, let's see what you're actually eating. And so, like, I recorded everything. And, like, when we did all the math, she's like, Kat, do you realize, like, you're barely eating 1,200 calories a day? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, there were a lot of days you went under 1,000. And, like, I felt like I was eating a lot. Like, it felt like I was eating a lot, but what I didn't realize is a lot of the food that I was eating is, while it was nutrient dense, it wasn't very calorically dense. And so I wasn't even really meeting near half of my caloric needs every day. And so they're like, yeah, this is probably why you're gaining weight, is even though you're not eating that much, is like, you're not getting enough, but like, you're getting enough. So like, basically, like, your metabolism is just slowed down a lot, probably. I'm like, oh, okay. And this was last year. And then we also found some problems with foods called FODMAPs, FODMAP. Huh, yeah, right? Well, she said if you do it long enough, you will start losing weight. But I'd not been doing it for very long. I had just started changing my diet last year. And like the truth was there. I went from 275 pounds to like 300 and something. I was like, whatever 152 is, I forget. I just remember I just remember because my scale's in kilograms. I bought the wrong scale. Let me put it in pounds, sorry. I was 335 pounds, up from 275 only 6 months prior. I gained 60 pounds in 6 months. That's how much weight I gained. And so of course they were like, what is going on with all of that stuff? Like, what's going on? I'm like, whatever, I know. And so they think between like my metabolism being throttled so badly for, you know, because I wasn't consistent with it either. I would have that, and then I would have days where I would just binge. And the stuff that I would binge would be like really unhealthy foods. And so they think the combination of like having enough days where I ate such an incredible excess of food, because I was starving, and my metabolism being so throttled, and having a lot of foods that I was eating, the foods I were eating was making me sick because I have an intolerance to them, yeah. Yeah, that's what they said, it's like she called it like famine mode or something, where like she's like, you're getting just enough that like you're not gonna lose a lot of weight really quickly, because your body like at first will try to, and that's that wall that people hit, because like at first I was losing weight, like I lost 25 pounds and then it stopped. Then I just like leveled out and I didn't lose anymore. And that was when I started gaining all the weight back. And like I said, I gained like 60 pounds in like 6 months. And so I was like, whoa, what happened? And I hadn't changed that much. Like, I don't eat snacks, like cakes and cookies, because I can't eat those things in the first place. I have celiac disease, right? So like, I can't eat cookies, I can't eat cake, I don't eat a lot of pasta because I don't buy the gluten-free versions of those things. Like, I have rice and rice pasta, but I don't eat the rice pasta that much. And with the rice, I control how much I eat. Like I actually, what I do is I'll make a bunch of it, and then I'll like put it in the fridge and I'll let it sit for like, I'll make like 2 or 3 days worth, but I'll portion it out. Like, and then other than that, it's like veggies, fruit, like I would show you guys a picture of my fridge. You know, like, I'm extremely picky about what I eat because I want to eat really well. So, but I'm losing the weight now, so I'm not super worried about it. Sorry, I stopped drawing. My bad, guys. Actually, this should be curved more. I just realized, because it's more foreshortened, so it should be curved more. But yeah, I agree. It's not super like obvious or whatever. But what the changes that they said to make, the amount of stuff I need to eat every day, it's working, and I'm like losing weight again by eating more. It's bizarre, let me tell you. I did not think it would work. And so now I actually have to like measure, like make sure I'm meeting a certain caloric recommendation every day. And then like every so often we'll lower it. Because basically, yeah, she says basically I probably just lowered it too fast. And my body was like, whoa, what's happening? You know. Yeah, I thought she was kind of joking, like. To be completely honest, I don't notice that big of a difference. Yeah, I don't really notice that big of a difference. I mean, that's not a tiny amount of weight, but I don't really feel it yet. So, I still have a long way to go, but that's okay. She would like to have me, between her and my doctor would like to have me about 150, which would be, I think, 65 to 70 kilograms, I think, is where they would like to have me. So I basically have to lose half of me, basically. Which is a lot. Can you, like, and that was the part that made me want to vomit when we were talking about it, is I was like, oh my gosh, I am literally 2 of what I should be. Like, can you literally imagine carrying around a second version of you on your back all the time? Can you imagine that? Which, like, that made me want to vomit when like they said that. They're like, basically you have like you're gonna lose a whole person, and I was like, what? It's so gross to think about. And that's like what really made me like want to kick into high gear about it, like being sure I eat well and I take good care of myself, because I never had it framed that way, and I was like, oh shit. So like I still have my biggest pair of jeans. I'm keeping them so I can do that like, look how much smaller I am. It's crazy. Have like a lot of my old clothes that I would love to fit in again. Yeah. When I was at my smallest, because at my smallest, like, I used to be really small. Like, I had been about 290 pounds. No, sorry, it was 250. Sorry, it was 250, and I lost 90 pounds. And I was all the way down to 140, or 160, about 155, 160. So I was really, really close to my ideal weight, right? And then I got really sick, and I gained a lot of weight, like really fast. So within a year, I'd gained a lot of it back, and this was a couple years after I'd lost it. So like, I remember what it's like being that small. I have some of my old clothes from that time, and so like I'm looking at them, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm ever gonna fit in this ever again. So like I've kept them as like bars for how close I am to my goal, because I would like to get back to that. But yeah, I used to be that small, and then I just got really ill for a while. And like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm really embarrassed talking about it, but my therapist has also told me, because I do see a therapist every week, she's also mentioned that sometimes talking about your problem like claims it, and so like I shouldn't be afraid to talk about it. Yeah, I was really chronically ill for a long time, and during that period was when I found out about the celiac. I found out about the nightshade intolerance. I found out about the FODMAP intolerance. Like I found out, like I got all of these new intolerances that suddenly I can't have these foods anymore. Trying to remember which thing Aros took off. I think he took off his right arm. Let me double check. Gotta open the page. I think he took off the wrap on his right arm, but let me go double check. Sometimes I forget those like simple continuity things. Okay, yeah, it is his right hand. He did take off. Okay, it's his right hand. So then this one would still have it. It does, yeah. I don't want to be one of those. Wow, this looks really awful. Look at this. This is just... Oh, I mean, okay, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I'm just being a little harsh on myself. Nope, it's bad. Oh, I hate drawing hands. I super hate drawing hands. Let me check through my magnificent hand gallery. I have like a massive like hand drawing gallery. If I can find something similar that I can like just put on my screen as a reference. Let me see if I can find one. Oh yeah, this one might be a good reference if it's flipped the other way. Yep, that's a good one. Alright, let's try redrawing it. I don't like just like explicitly tracing things though. Alright, and then this one will be a little different. Alright, and then this one will be, excuse me, this one. Move this over here so I'll have it for later. Alright, I'm going to try to draw it on my own, and we're going to see if I can get it done. Alright, I'm going to make another layer. I'm going to sketch in red, see if I can figure it out. So let me do a quick trace over. Oh, see these are flat though, so this should be further ahead of it more. Let me... Or conversely, it could also be these two in front and then these going back. That's also a thing. Hi, Miso. Okay. And here's this. Honey, no. Miso, no. I know. How unfair. How unfair that you can't be in my lap. Okay. I'm like trying to learn how to do this on my own without having to trace it, because that's how you learn. Okay. This comes down. Here's that circle. Stays up here. It's down, and then it comes down more. And I mean, his hand is pretty small when I like zoom out all the way. Whoops. So, like eventually, like I just need to learn how to draw hands, so. I feel like this circle is too big. She is very much a lap kitty. I'm at least attempting to do this on my own without just tracing it. Because, I mean, I could literally slide this in and probably no one would be none the wiser. But I want to actually learn if I'm going to use these kinds of resources. I actually want to try to learn something. I think I'm also not making the wrist skinny enough. Yeah, and it, like, for such a long time I was really averse to drawing any people. Yeah, alright, so what I'll do now is I'll put this on top of it just to see how I did. I want to learn something from it. Oh, yeah, wow. I was really off with the direction of the hand, the fingers. Yeah, I was really off. Okay, alright. I did use a 3D model, unfortunately. I did use a 3D model, and I still drew them really badly. Like, that's how much I struggle. Like, look, here's my 3D model. And it still sucked. So, it's just my lack of understanding. It's nothing about, like, it's just my lack of understanding. So, but let me actually manually draw it. That way I can still learn something from it. Maybe, because, you know, like, muscle memory helps. So, this way I can learn from my mistakes. I just suck at drawing hands. Hands are something I still really struggle with. But I mean, like, I did okay with this one. I did okay with this one. For whatever reason, this one was fine. I think it's just the angle. It might be the angle that it's at. Sometimes I can do things. Sometimes I just really struggle and just need the help. It happens. But if I struggle like this, I always try to turn it into a learning opportunity. Yeah, that looks better. As long as I'm, like, able to teach myself something from it, then it doesn't feel necessarily wasted. And like I said, I try to just not leave things as they are. I try to redraw. Even if I use an asset, I try to redraw it anyway. Cause one, it just didn't match my own style either. So, yeah, I think the small panel definitely made it not easy either. But I know it's also just my own incompetence. just call it like, let's just call it like it is. It's an area that I need to work on professionally. Whoopsie. But every time I draw something new, I'm learning something, so I don't know why. I cannot trace my own lines today. Why is my head not working? I had a really hard time tracing my own lines today. I think I'm just tired. It's not a good inking day today. What was he wearing on his other hand? Yeah, his left brace. Yep, on his left arm. Yep. I forgot to draw it on the other pages. Yeah, because this arm is the arm that's hiding his tattoo, so it's covered. I forgot to add it on the previous page. Character consistency. What is character consistency after all? Couldn't be me. Okay. Oh, my leg is falling asleep. I hate when that happens. I can literally yell, my leg! Okay. Alright, let's do this one. An attempt will be made. Alright, so I'm also changing the angle on this one. I had it looking a little bit up, but let's do something different. Okay. So, right, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Yep. 1, 2. These go up. Okay, so it's, and then basic shape goes after the knuckles. Okay. And then this also will come in like this. And the thumb is on this side, right here, and comes out. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, so let's try it. I'm gonna erase this blue just so that it's not distracting. Okay. I just did it, right? So I should be able to do it again. One, 2, 3. Okay, there's the knuckles. 4. And these will also go down. This one stops here, and then it comes down like this. Okay, this is down here. And then comes in just a little bit. So it's about here. This comes out this way. Ooh, that's gonna be a tangent. I can fix it later. Knuckle, that. Maybe a little too much. Dun dun. Alright, we're getting there. Okay. Well, this probably went up too much. I think it's a little too... I think it should have gone up a bit more. Let's see how I did. Oh, I forgot to ink on top of it. Let me actually try to ink it. Okay, so maybe go up a bit more. Okay, this should be the highest line. This actually is pretty low. And then this comes up quite a bit. too wide. This should be the smallest finger, thickness-wise. I think I did pretty good on this one. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's looking a little rough. Oh wow, I didn't make the fingers long enough. Oh wait, maybe I did. I didn't string it. There we go. Yeah, I didn't make the fingers long enough. I did pretty good though. I did pretty good. I was pretty close on this one. Just need to make a few adjustments. Pretty close though. Just didn't make things long enough. It's good to be aware of for the future. Oh, this one's pretty wrong though. Or just a quick loose tracing. There we go. And I actually learned something from it too. Yeah. I feel like his arm is still fucked up though. You know, it's what the model said to do. No, Cat, no one's gonna care that much. No one's gonna care that much. You need to, like, stop obsessing over it. You need to move on with your life, Cat. You've got how many more pages to draw? A lot. I'm on page, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have to minus 1. I'm on page 6. And I still have 1, 2, 3 spreads left. I've got 3 spreads left. So I have 6 pages left. I'm literally halfway there. And I have 6 pages left to do in 5 days. Oh Lord, help me. This is just Aro's running because he was about to get the crap beat out of him, but he will be, yeah, I'm sure as you just saw, he will be getting the crap beat out of him again. He runs into probably one of, like, the better, like, melee people, and yeah, it doesn't go well for him. Oh, for Aros? Yeah, it's definitely a recurring theme for Aros. The problem is with Kurama, the guy he was fighting before with the big snake, Here, let me actually do this really, let me just do this. The guy who was fighting before, this guy, Parama, he actually is, like, one of the better fighters, as far as, like, or healers are. Sorry, he's not a fighter. He's one of the better healers. He's a higher level healer. And so Aros is just getting, like, really unlucky. To be quite honest. He's running into people that could easily kick his butt. And they do indeed kick his butt. Let me center this again. Aros himself is really good at magic. He's just not good when it comes to, like, physical fighting. That's, like, where he's weaker. Alright, this planking will be so easy, though, because I'm gonna make my life way easier. At least to start. Oh, wait, I just realized it might not be something I have access to anymore. Let me see if I still have access to it. I think I do. Okay, yeah I do. So I'm gonna make my life easy. Oh, I didn't realize they were... Oh, they aren't lined up. Damn, that one's not gonna work. I might have to use this one. Yep. I can use this to start, to at least get me a head start on it. And then I can go in and make each plank unique. So, that way at least I can get the spacing correct on them. Let me start out bigger, because I'm going to have a couple that are wider. Alright, so let me select a couple of these. I'll just go all the way down. Copy, paste. My legs keep falling asleep today, goodness. Oh, it's not rasterized. Raster. Thinking about it. Boop, boop, a doop. It hates rasterizing textures. It, like, freaks out when I do. Alright, Control C, Control V. Okay, put this below Aros. Let's actually put it below the planking. This will at least give me a head start on the planking, so... Oh, you know what I should have done first? Copy, paste. That way I have two of them so I can do the front and back. Hey, Jambi, what's up? How are you doing? Oh, that's not good. It's marring really, really badly. That's okay. I'll throw it into, I can fix that easy, no problem. Oh, I didn't level that out. Is it that noticeable? No. Maybe. Yeah, I can just rotate the whole damn thing. It's all good. Because once you're in the back, you're not really going to notice. There's really not going to be a lot of, like, panel to begin with, so. Or planking to begin with, so. Ain't worried about it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I have more precious brain cells to save. Whoopsie. Oops, if the layer's turned on. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. This is what people mean by working smarter and not harder, because, again, we have precious brain cells to save. Alright, now let's throw both of these into monotone and see how they look. Oh, nice, nice! Yeah, see, that gives me a fantastic start. This arm is bothering me. Ugh. I'm gonna fix it. Oh my gosh, it looks so wrong. Cause he's like looking back and his arm's in the way. It's completely illogical. Ugh. I can't let it go, guys. I just can't let it go. Okay, I don't like this one. I need to take this off my playlist. I don't even know why it was on my playlist. Okay, does that... I think that feels more practical. Except this needs to be more overlapped the other way. Well, that's an ugly tangent, isn't it? Of course you would autosave when I'm trying to edit this. Clip is like, let me save you from yourself, please. Let me save you, artists. Okay, now I will stop looking at it. I will stop messing with it any moment now. Yeah, that's better. That way at least he has like a little bit of a line of sight. Oops. There we go. Okay. A little collaboration on what? What's the collab for? Alright, now I need to manually add in separations in the planking. Because they got all ruined. Bring the brush size down. You bet your sweet patootie I'm going to be adding unnecessary details to these planks. Oh, well, thank you. Yep, just working on some unnecessary detail. You know how it goes. Details that will be appreciated for all of a few seconds, but really just add, like, I wish I could add, like, the what's that guy from the Emperor's Groove, where he just goes, he's like, ooh, yes, perfect. What's that meme? Yamcha's Dragon Ball Z. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where he's like, perfect, like when he's like tasting food or something like that. Nice to meet you, though, JM Art. I mostly just work. Ooh, why is that happening? Oh, because I'm on the wrong layer. You must stop so. Why? You are drawing on the wrong layer. That's me. I am that person. Do you also make manga? I'm sorry, I talk a lot. I hope I didn't come on too strong. Demon Slayer's got a character like that. Yeah. I need to finish reading Demon Slayer so I can watch it. I'm so close to being done. I'm on volume 21. What is my cat doing? Lisa, what are you doing? What are you playing with? That is so utterly noisy. Nice. What's your manga about? Anyone here is working on a manga, please feel free to tell us all about it. The way it's set up, you can't share links. I apologize. But definitely, like, tell us about it and, like, where people can find it and stuff. Have a blast. I love getting to meet other creators, so that's why I work in community for my job. Because it's fun. I'm going to temporarily hide this so I can focus. Actually, I'm not gonna, whoopsie. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm just going to put him in his appropriate folder. You go in here, my dude. Just for a little bit. This one. A lot of this won't get seen, so I'm not going to be super detailed about it. Just add in some basic wood grain. This wood is old. Oh, you're playing with your toy. That's so cute. Go get it. Go get it, Miso. So I bought her this toy and she didn't play with it forever. And now she's finally playing with it. She's so cute. Go ahead, play with it, Miso. Go ahead. I don't care. I'm so happy to see you finally playing with it, so please don't let me ruin the mood. to quote Cusco, dude, you threw off my groove. I made my cat not want to play with her toy anymore. Oh no, I did it. Oops, I did it again. Of course, we don't want perfectly straight boards. Since they're handmade, they're probably not going to be super perfect. It's okay. It's like those little details that you can appreciate. And I want to submit this to Manga Plus, but I don't know when I'm going to do that. Probably not for 2 or 3 more months. Probably sometime in the summer I'll do that. Because I want to, I just don't feel like it's... I want to have all 3 chapters done, or at least the first 2 done. That way I can submit 3 months in a row and get my 3 tries in. So... let's see. Let me catch up to the chat really quick. I'll sum it up. It's basically about the second born son of every generation of my main character's clan being cursed with the power everyone wants. I'm still working on it. Chapter 1 coming to Manga Plus in 2 months. Ray talked about mine, but it's a magical girl based on the stars. Oh, I remember you talking about that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I remember that now. I'm like super bad with memory lately, so I apologize if I seem a little weird. Mine is a supernatural story akin to Dexter or Dan Angel, but it's more of a seinen than a shonen. It's got some heavier themes. It's got some, I don't want to say it's Berserk-like, because it's not Berserk-like, but it does have like heavier like psychological themes, similar to what Berserk does. So it's a lot darker than Dan Angel ever was, but it does have like themes about like death and destruction and like psychological mind frickery, all kinds of delightful things. If Naruto and Bleach had a baby. Interesting. I can't say I've not seen. I've never read or watched Bleach, so I don't know anything about it really. I'm pretty sure most people don't know about Dexter or Dan Angel, so that's fair. Been following your work. Oh, no, you're good, You're totally fine. Don't ever apologize. I love getting to talk to people who have been following me. That's like why I work in the community department for Global Comics, is because like I just love getting to talk to other creators and my own readers, so like never feel sorry about that. Dexter is so good. Okay, you guys. So Dexter is about a guy who works in forensics who also kills people. And so he's literally doing the job that helps people like him get caught. It's really good. So, and that's kind of why, like, that's like when I initially was trying to like rewrite Godsbane. Oh, you've been following me for a while. Oh, nice. How long have you been following me? Are you like a Ghost Child follower or like Nor, like NAOR? Are you like, how far back are you? I'm always curious because the Godsbane I've been working on has had a couple different names, and so I'm always like really curious to see like, because I've had some people that were like, I remember when it was called Nor, NAOR, and I've not called it that for years, so it's always fascinating. Oh, Dexter, yeah, Dexter Goes to Jail. Yeah, dude, it's so good. Dexter is definitely really good. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys though, so I'll stop being all excited about it. It's so good. Like, it really inspired Godsbane because I wanted to make a story that was like just as questionable moral wise, because like the people he kills are terrible people. So like for me it was really just like an interesting like proposition. Like, is it ever okay to kill people, especially with like today we have things like capital punishment. So I just thought it was just really interesting like question to propose, and I really like it when series do that. They propose a question rather than like telling the audience how to feel. They propose a question instead, and provide scenarios for the audience to say, oh, hey, like, is that okay? Is that not okay? Or in the end, root for the bad guy. Because technically Dexter is the bad guy. He is an anti-hero in a way. So yeah, I just find it really cool. Three years? Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm trying to stream more so that I can like have more times like this. Oh, I did not do the entire perspective on this. Oops. Oh well, that's okay. Hopefully nobody notices how bad my perspective is on this. That's okay. I just realized it's supposed to be more doing like this, but not as extreme. That's okay. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. No one's gonna notice, right? No one will notice. It's so far back anyway. If anyone notices this, they're paying too much attention. If anyone notices this, they're paying too much attention. That would be like a mega fan or something, or like my perspective teacher from years ago would definitely notice. Your planks aren't accurate. I'm like, I don't care. I've spent too long on this panel already. Dun, dun, dun. Ba, ba, ba. Sorry, I'm just adding like tiny miscellaneous details that nobody will notice. Don't mind me. So, what are your guys' plans this week? What you working on? Any goals? I just gotta get these pages done. That's my goal this week. Whoops, autosave. Thank you, autosave, as always. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Sleepy. Miso. What? Yeah? Tell me about it. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Tell me about it. Let's see. JMB said, I think I just scarred mine best like Superman and Sailor Moon if they had a baby together. But I definitely feel like it leans more into the manga side. That makes sense, yeah. Finish some pages? Same. Same. The eternal struggle. That's a mood if I ever knew one. Oh, I can probably turn my sketch layer off now. Oh, there it is. I was like, where did it go? I don't think that's necessarily true. I feel like you can respect manga even, like, as not a creator if you educate yourself on what it takes to make a manga. I feel like the problem comes when people don't educate themselves on the process. Like everyone that was slamming Togashi for taking time off. Oh, heaven forbid the man wants to rest. Oh, I didn't finish some details here. I got distracted with the floor. It's okay. I can finish those. Yeah, I see I forgot a couple things. What, miso? Wow, I forgot a lot of things. See guys, I was so excited to draw the background, genuinely, that I did not finish drawing my character. I am absolutely infamous for stuff like this. Yeah, I didn't even finish this arm. That's how much I love backgrounds, guys. I will literally stop drawing my character to draw the background because I just love drawing backgrounds. This is so typical for me. I shouldn't even be surprised. Yet somehow I feel like it is surprising that I didn't finish drawing Aros before I moved on. I just love drawing backgrounds, guys. Characters are genuinely, like, so boring. I would rather literally draw rocks and bamboo than draw a character. I literally would rather draw wood planks than draw a character. How about that? Thanks, brain. Well, I mean, the manga, in my personal opinion, is far better than the anime. Especially Yu Yu Hakusho. The anime did both of them pretty dirty. Same thing with Inuyasha. I'm not even going to get started on that because I talked that one to death. But the anime for Inuyasha absolutely was not good. I was extremely disappointed in the anime. I know why they made the decisions they did, but it just... extremely disappointing. I need to finish the background too. Like the white lines are too thick. Oh wow. I can manually fix those. I don't know, I just find rocks more fun to draw. Personally. Most people think I'm crazy. But it's because they suck at backgrounds. That's what everyone would tell me. Oh, you're just not good at drawing characters. That's why you don't like drawing them. I'm like, no, they're boring. Why would I want to draw a human when I see humans every day? I don't get to see a rock every day, especially a rock as beautiful as the one that I am drawing. You know, like if I were to be drawing a rock. I also just throw their argument back at them. I'm like, oh, so you think I don't like drawing environment. I don't like drawing people because I'm not good at it. Well, how good are you at drawing environments? And usually it's, yeah, that's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought. I have a passion for drawing backgrounds that people just simply do not understand. And maybe I am bad at drawing characters. That's okay. I'd rather suck at drawing characters than backgrounds, because at least I have the harder of the two already down, right? Like, I have the rarer skill set. So once I get, like, the rest of my skill sets up to par, I will be unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. I win every single game. I can't sing, guys, sorry. I subjected you to that. So many notifications on Twitter. Why? What is happening on Twitter? Just suddenly got a bunch of notifications. Oh, because a bunch of people saw my miso tweet. The thing with backgrounds, and this really helped me, honestly, is backgrounds are just another character. You know. You don't wanna... You wanna learn, especially in manga, when you actually need a background and when you don't. And the trick to that is, just like characters, you don't want, whoops, I'm drawing with the wrong layer! You don't want, characters if they aren't helpful to the particular situation that you're drawing. Why? Pick the right layer, cat. If the character doesn't have any importance, doesn't provide any additional information, and they aren't helpful, then you probably don't need them in that particular panel. And a background is the exact same way. Also, when doing backgrounds have an extra element that characters don't, which often befuddles people, and that's atmosphere. With a character drawing, sure, yeah, like the closest you're going to get to atmosphere when it comes to character drawing is lighting, because lighting is part of atmosphere, and most people don't realize that. But in manga, lighting doesn't necessarily matter that much, because your work is typically incredibly contrast heavy anyway. And so yes, while your lighting is important, your values are more important. Because your values are going to contribute to your lighting and understandability, like how well do your panels read in the first place. And if you have bad values and you have bad lighting, you're going to have bad atmosphere. So, and so then it won't matter how good your drawing is if your values suck. Like, no matter how good your technical skill is, like, if your lighting isn't believable, and that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be believable. Like, here's a good example. Let me show you the other page that I did. For example, this panel right here. Like, this background is not perfect. The perspective is off. It should be more centered here. This doesn't quite look right. But is it believable? Do you understand what's going on? Yes. That's what matters. And then this bamboo here, I added it literally at the last minute to show people, hey, like, he's changing environments here. But we know from the previous page that he's in a bamboo grove in like a little water feature. And so then in the next panel, I included that bamboo just to show, hey, this is where he is. And the next panel, there is no background other than this when there's going to be text here, because that's the purpose of the background. It's just text. Like, it's to show this moment between Aros and Menos. Like, and Aros here says, oh shit. Like, that's the purpose of the panel, is his reaction. That's all that matters. So I didn't include a background. I did do this though, because let me get, it's not letting me, oh, I see, because it's not a smart subject. So, like, ultimately these characters, they will probably be left white, because I want these two to, like, be the focus. And all this does is this continues from here. That's all it does. But it also gives Aro space to think. Because here he's gonna, I don't know why this is so small. Here he's thinking about what he's planning next. He's like, oh, well, I need to do this. And then here he's gonna get interrupted. That's why this initially was on top of that panel. I'll show you. Oopsie. That should be all the way up here. Because I want this character to interrupt him. Oh, God. Gosh darn it. I hate when I put it in the wrong folder. I can actually probably put this back because I need to get going. I have another stream I need to get to. So Manos here, like, slightly interrupts this panel. So he's thinking, someone's yelling. And notice these two touch. Boom, lead you in. You see this guy? Oh, there's Aros. He's like, oh, shoot. You know, so, like, that's the intent of this. But I wanted Aros to have a still moment where it's, like, just him, just focused on him, and he gets interrupted. So that was the idea. I've thought about making this bigger so that it's maybe, like really big so that it really interrupts him. But I kind of liked it smaller. That way it's not, like, too obtrusive. So that's the idea. Well, I got Aros mostly inked. I forgot to add the little swirlies here. And I forgot to do his hair here. Yep. So that's what I got done today, guys. I did not get a lot done for however long I streamed. 2 hours? Not entirely sure how long I was streaming. Yeah, 2 hours. Well, that's okay. I was talking a lot today, so that's perfectly fine. I hope you guys had a really good time. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to go to another stream with a friend. We kind of usually like to stream together. So thank you all for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. It's really nice to meet you, JBR. It's awesome. JMB, thank you. Welcome back. Sam, who is one of my members, thank you so much for your membership and supporting of me, both here and on Global Comics. I always appreciate it. Definitely make sure you guys, subscribe if you aren't already, so that when I go live, you get notified again. If you want to read the manga, what I have already up, the link is in my description. It's on Global Comics, and at the moment, that's the only place to find it. I'll be updating next Monday, so if you want to get any updates, you'll need to follow me on Global Comics, or follow me on Twitter, or just check my community tab here on Monday. So I will see you guys next time, hopefully really soon. I don't think I'll be here tomorrow. I have a pretty heavy day for work tomorrow, so I'll see how tired I am. But I will definitely try to stream again sometime this week. So, alright, bye guys. See ya. Thank you so much. Ciao.